Let me just go ahead and get started with a little bit of 10, 9, 8. If you're wondering why I'm counting down, I'm just counting down the seconds until Season 3 of the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort starts. Now, let me get back to that countdown. 2, 1. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2 a.m. on a Saturday supple morning, and oh my gosh, that can only mean one thing. It is time for the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort on KCOU 88.1, and I am your host, Cowboy Rivers. Folks, I'm so glad to be back. I've had quite the nice little winter hiatus, but that stuff has to come to an end because we got to get back to the real important stuff, which is this hour of effort on KCOU. I'm so excited. This is the third season that I'm going to be really doing this. I got great new endeavors and big plans, really. Got interviews, contests, riots. Let's just say you're all going to need some new undies after each show. I don't want to give anything away yet, but I'll just say that. Buy a little bit of a value pack if you can. Folks, this is the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort on KCOU 88.1, and on this show, for our newcomers, I tend to play some pretty good music, if I do say so myself. I may be a little bit biased, but so be it. None of us are perfect. But I play some music and then talk in between, really about anything that I want. The music is tangier than cherry, and the talk is sweeter than pie. This show makes cherry pies look like fucking garbage. I mean, at KCOU, we accept all, except for those who support cherry pie, because we are above that here, especially on the Hour of Effort. And that's why I'm just so excited to start this up again. We stopped back in December, and it's been about a month and a half of waiting, so the wait is over. Enough about trash and cherry pie. Let's make like one, and let's pop this sucker open. It's time to begin the season. I am just so excited. I cannot stress that enough. In fact, because of the new budget and all this stuff that the studio is throwing at me for this third season, I actually want to talk about something that I'm very excited about. It's a new feature. It's the money back guarantee on the Hour of Effort. Now, what that means is that sometimes folks who don't really have a financial business, they say, oh, you'll have a great time, money back guaranteed, even though it was free. But at the Hour of Effort, we like to go one step beyond, and what we decided to do was set up an account, a little bit of a website, and a phone number, where if you are displeased at all during this broadcast on the Hour of Effort, you are more than welcome to contact us and get your money back. And when I say your money back, I mean any money you could have lost during that time. We have a bank fund, a little shared and opened account of a couple $1,000s that we are very generous because we believe in the entertainment that we provide here on the Hour of Effort. So, if you do have any complaints, go ahead and you can go to and also you can call 1-844 and you can just talk to them. It'll walk you through it, and you can find your way to some clear-cut information as far as getting a little bit of a refund. Now, folks, I'm not going to hold you back from any music for much longer. Let's go ahead and get started tonight with 101 by Portico. This is KCOU 88.1. Hey folks, that was something that's not on the computer screen anymore, sorry. Hopefully you can Shazam it if you caught some of it, but I cannot tell you what it was for the life of me. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to KCOU 88.1, and I am your host, Cowboy Rivers, on this Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort. Now, the month is pretty much over. It's January 29th in my time zone, and that means that pretty much we're almost in the beginning of the year. So pretty soon we're going to be in something I like to call the middle of the year, which goes from February to November. But until then, we still have 2 days to reflect on this new fresh step that we call 2016. And with that fresh step, I think we should take a moment to look back and just finally get out with all the old. We should have a little bit of a review of 2015 just to kind of, go over our memories of it. More specifically, the superlatives of 2015. Now, the KCOU staff has chosen a couple of different categories and the first place and runner-up for each category for the pretty much best of what was 2015. And I'm going to go over our results right here on the Hour of Effort for our audience. Listeners did get to vote. However, the votes were lost in the vinyl collection, so unfortunately they did not get to have as much of an impact. Really, they didn't get to have any impact, but so be it. The KCOU staff is completely competent, and I think you're really going to like what we found here. Now, first, we're going to start off with the best album of 2015. And you'll have to forgive me. My notes are a little smudged, but I think I can make out everything that's on here. First place goes to, looks like Adolf with her album 2 to 5. Good job, Adolf. I'm really happy for you. Runner-up was Kendrick Lamar and his album, but that's only the runner-up because I didn't listen to it, and I just heard the name. I see it on KCOU station, but I never played it on my show. I have not listened to it that much. Moving on. The best book of the year went to, looks like, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Good job, J.K. Rowling. You're really breaking ground. The runner-up went to Fahrenheit 100 degrees Celsius. Obviously, that title is in reference to the temperature that water ignites at. So good job, good old Raymond Bradbury. As for the best movie of the year, first place for the movie goes to Unfriended, the movie about the killer Skype call. Really, it got such a high amount of votes because it stirred so many suicidal emotions within us that we didn't know that we had. It made us feel things we never knew we could feel. So much hate and disgust with humanity deserves to be rewarded, even if it is the worst thing in the world. The runner-up for the best movie of the year was the Star Wars trailer for this canceled Star Wars movie. It really showed a lot of promise, and the trailer got hundreds of millions of views, but unfortunately we all do know that the Star Wars movie was canceled last minute, and we never got to see what the trailer really represented, but we do have that trailer itself, which was kind of a nice little hint at what could have been. So thank you, Star Wars trailer. As for the best day of the year, the first prize goes to December 31st because the year was finally over and 2015 sucked a lot. The runner-up was April 23rd because that's Shakespeare's birthday and everybody loves everybody that was born on that day, so good for them. Finally, next category is the best dead celebrity of the year, and looks like my notes are saying, what's that? Oh, sorry, I'm getting a thumbs down from my producer in the other room. We have a little bit of a window in the studio, and he's giving me a thumbs down, and he's holding up a sign that says, what is that, too soon? Okay, whatever. First place is too soon, apparently. The runner-up, however, for the best dead celebrity of the year goes to Mickey Rooney. He only got runner-up, though, because he actually died in 2014, so sorry, buddy, you kind of missed the deadline on that. I'm sure better luck next time will have to be in order, but we'll just have to see about that. Really, what we can learn from this is that the past is dead, along with a bunch of celebrities. It is time to stick to all those New Year's resolutions that you either forgot already or forgot to make in the first place. Now, we're going to go ahead and forget about the past because that shit is behind us, and we're going to move on forward with some more music. Because I like the music we got tonight. I got a pretty good feeling about everything I'm showing. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys get back to serenading your ears with the liquid music coming out of this thing, and you are listening to the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort on KCOU 88.1. I think enough of that song. That song was a bit of a piece of shit, if you ask me. That was Coming Onto My Face. I mean, Coming Into My World by Creeping Pink. Good band, I guess. I don't know. They probably won't get replayed on the Hour of Effort anytime soon. What you are listening to? You are listening to the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort on KCOU 88.1. We're going to go ahead and take a break from the music and discuss a little bit more. And on the topic of what I was just talking about last break, which was the superlatives of 2015, I want to mention a topic that I found during my research of the superlatives. And this research led me to what is a mind-boggling discovery, which is the Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year. This list by the actual Oxford Dictionary people, it may be the dumbest collection of humanity I have ever found in my life. Their word of the year for the year 2015 was not a word at all. It was that emoji with the tears of joy. It was not a word. The word of the year was not a word. They broke the one rule, which is in the title, and they failed it. They did not have the correct criteria met for their word of the year, which was a fucking emoji. And if you think that's dumb, it's almost as stupid as that every single year when it comes to Oxford Dictionary's word of the year. The rest of the years are just as stupid. In 2014, the word of the year, and I shit you not, was vape. As in vaping, as in the vapor. That was the word of the year, ladies and gentlemen. They might as well have just been, instead of vape, they might as well have just made their word of the year a fucking dumbass who has to be full of themselves to compensate for the black hole of knowledge and respect that they can also call themselves. That's what their word of the year might as well have been, but they just went with the shorter one, which was vape. Now, at the Hour of Effort on KCOU 88.1, we do try to care about people's feelings. So if you do happen to vape and you do listen, please call the number for support. The phone number is 185. And in case you can't call that number for some reason, go ahead and email our support group, which is gotohell, no spaces, at hotmail.com. Yeah, if you vape and listen, might as well be a cherry pie, you know what I'm saying. The 2013 word of the year, according to Oxford Dictionaries, was selfie, which is only the 10th dumbest thing I've ever heard, so whatever, that can pass. In 2012, the word of the year was GIF/GIF, because they don't know how to pronounce the word of the year, which they gave an award. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe some of the stupidity that gets awards, and this shit has been going on since 2004. It's almost always as stupid as just these random fads that aren't gonna matter unless you look at a list of the words of the year. You know what the word of the year was in 2005? Sudoku. Hey, that's cool. Might as well just make a crossword or crappy newspaper puzzle that we're all gonna forget about in a little bit, and we can get it on our iPhones for free. Get like 1,000 puzzles, and then forget about it. So really, what the lesson is here is that you should not award everything. In fact, at this rate, I predict that the 2016 word of the year will be mass suicides, because that is what this thing is looking like. Now, folks, we're going to get back to the music, because I am tired of this bad news with this word of the year bullshit. We are going to get to the tunes. So you are listening to music on the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort on KCOU 88.1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was You Look Like I Need a Drink by Against Me with an exclamation point. Folks, you're listening to KCOU 88.1, and this is the Cowboy Rivers Hour of Effort. I'm your host, Cowboy Rivers. Now we're just about going to finish up here, but I do have one more quick little thing I want to talk about. And it's a new segment that I'm actually planning for this new season. It's kind of experimental. But what I'm planning is that over the season, each week or every show per se, I'll pretty much chronicle my life from birth to death. I'll give you a little bit of a biography of Cowboy Rivers. Now, there's a lot to cover, But we do have a lot more episodes this season because we got quite the earlier start, and I am very excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first episode, or I guess first little chapter of the life of Cowboy Rivers. Now, to begin, you have to understand that I was born in the year 2960 aboard the spacecraft Nostromo. Yeah, I was born and I burst out of John Hurt's chest and kind of just evolved from there. The next 117 minutes of my life was a bit of a blur that I don't necessarily remember all of, but I'm sure that my Uncle Ridley could talk about it much better and in much more detail than I could ever. But forget that. He's much more older and he's off. He's a little busy right now. Anyway, after the Nostromo blew up somehow, I found myself flying through space, which, contrary to popular belief, is not lethal and has background music made by Arcade Fire as you float through the endless abyss that is outer space. It's actually kind of nice. So everything was pretty fine for about 15 years. Until Neon Bibles got stuck on a loop and created a wormhole that sent me back to Earth circa 79 Anno Domini. So there was a little bit of a time travel interstellar thing going on that was very shocking to be a part of. But I landed in the city of what is modern-day Naples, or as they called it back then, Pompeii. And one day there was a little bit of rumbling, and I would love to go on, but I will have to save that part for next show, ladies and gentlemen, because unfortunately we are out of time on this hour of effort. That is the season premiere. So, folks, this has been so much fun. Once again, I'm just so glad to be back. Shout out to all my friends and family tuning in, and I think I'm going to leave you all with one more song by David Unger Music called Come Away. Folks, it's been great. You are listening to KCOU 88.1. This has been the Hour of Effort, and I'm Cowboy Rivers. See ya!